Dirtle Magic. Thank you for tuning in to Dirtle Magic. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like the content you see here today, and leave a like and share the video with someone you might think is interested. Leaving those likes really helps us out, but another way to help us out is by using our TCG Player affiliate link below. If you're looking for singles, sealed product, or gaming accessories, please consider using our link to support the channel. We also have some playmats at inkgaming.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to check those out. Alright, let's grab some spells and dirtle with some magic. Hello and welcome back to Dirtle Magic. Today we're playing some more Minsc Beloved Ranger. This time I've revamped the deck in its entirety, so let's see how it goes. No longer giant tribal. Looking at our opening hand though, we do have 4 lands. No green to get to Toski. We do have white for swords. But there's just not much we can do. Let's go take that free mulligan. New hand. We do have some card draw with Esper Sentinel. A lot of white cards. We do have a Temple. We could risk this. I did increase the ramp and the land count from the last deck, so if we don't get lands this time, I am going to blame the algorithm like I usually do. Although, it could just be bad luck. Let's go ahead and keep this. I think I want to risk this. We did win the die roll, so we do get to go first. We get a Plains. Fantastic. Yeah, let's just go with that first turn Esper Sentinel. Our commander, by the way, is Minsc Beloved Ranger. Red, green, white for a legendary 3/3 human ranger. When enters the battlefield, we get Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample, haste, and adorability. X, until end of turn, target creature we control has base power and toughness XX and becomes a giant in addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. Really wish it didn't have that sorcery clause, but whatever works. Our first opponent, with a forest into play, is Sythis, Harvest Hand. Green-white for legendary 1/2 legendary enchantment creature Nymph. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Our next opponent, who I find just so much more interesting, is Depala, Pilot Exemplar, 1 red-white for legendary 3/3 dwarf pilot. Other dwarves you control get 1/1. Each vehicle you control gets 1/1 as long as it's a creature. And whenever this becomes tapped, you may pay X. If you do, reveal the top X cards of your library, and put all dwarf and vehicle cards from among them into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. While I haven't seen this in a long time, I'm really interested in seeing if they're going to be running the 7 dwarves. Mirrored Landscape into play for them, and we're off to our last opponent, with a Rootbound Crag into play tapped. It happens to be Animar, Soul of Elements. Green, blue, red for legendary 1/1 elemental. Protection from white and black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, it gets a 1/1 counter, and creature spells you cast cost 1 less for each 1/1 counter on it. It can be very, very good. Let's go ahead and play that Stomping Grounds. Let's do it into play untapped. And let's go ahead and Farseek. Let's get Temple Garden for now. And we'll pass it off there. Sorry, my bad. Let's go ahead and go to attacks. 1 into Animar. There we go. Over to Sythis, a deck that's probably going to get out of hand really quick, although Animar can too. Depala, again, I haven't faced in a really long time, so I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go. Scattered Groves into play tapped, then untapped, and then we have Sythis, Harvest Hand coming down. And it probably just needs to die a lot, but we'll see how things go. Enchantment and Enchantress decks can get out of hand very quickly. Over to Depala, Expedition Map is being cast, and we got our first trigger off the Esper Sentinel. They do pay the 1 though. Sad face. Over to Animar. Compulsion Forest into play. It's Sylvan Scrying. We'll get a card draw off of this. We get Evolution Charm, which is something I really like in this deck. I tried to find ramp that was multifunctional. A lot of the best ramp just gets you lands. Some of the other ramp though, like Evolution Charm, can give one of our big beaters flying, or recur something from our graveyard to our hand. The land they get is Command Tower, and it's rolling on over to us. Let's go ahead and see what we see. Already this game is better than last. Let's go ahead, do Terramorphic Expanse, crack it, and grab a mountain out of the deck since we drew a forest. Get down Redain, God of the Worthy. We'll use the front side to maybe make the enchantments more expensive for the Harvest Hand. Let's go to attacks, hit Depala. I'm not looking to make any specific enemies here. They take the 1, let's pass it off. Over to the Harvest Hand, Utopia Sprawl coming down. I don't know how much Redain is going to actually keep them off of doing things, but we have basically they have to pay to not let us draw cards, which they did, and they have to pay 2 extra for anything that costs, I think it's 4 or more? Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, 4 or greater costs 2 more to cast. So I think we're well situated as long as they don't blow up the board on us. Animar, that's a different story. Fertile Ground coming down for the Enchantress player. There goes all the mana. Although they're kind of eggs and basketing the forest land there. If somebody blows that up, they might be in some trouble there. But we'll see. Lots of ramp happening for them, and they do untap the forest to use it again. Green Sun's Neyith for 2. Let's see what they're going to tutor up. Sanctum Weaver. Let's see. So it's a mana dork. Yeah, so the Harvest Hand already off to the races and outracing everybody. Bit of a sad face. Land into play, and Myriad Landscape gets the crack. Wonder what they'll get. Again, Depala, haven't faced it a lot, so I assume it's going to be mostly red, but ever so slightly mostly red, like 52% of the mana sources. 2 planes into play. Over to Animar. We know they have the command tower. Will they also cast their commander? They do not. They cast Growth Spiral. Let's see if they pay for the Sentinel trigger. I imagine they will. Oh, they don't. Fantastic. We get Authority of the Consuls. Do need to get some more card draw going, though, at some point. There is more in the deck, but we'll have to wait and see if we get it. We get Mage Slayer. Hidden tech for us. Let's go Temple of the False God. Let's see. We could do Archon of Absolution and the Authority of the Consuls and just kind of sit on it and start trying to hit Sythis. The problem is they're just going to gain life. So, but gotta keep them down, right? On the bright side, Archon has protection from white, so not terrible. Let's go ahead and attack. We're looking like a white taxing kind of deck. Kind of interesting. I did add more taxing effects. Sythis takes the 2 damage. We attacked into them, and we'll pass it off. They are down to 40. We have Lightning Greaves coming down to protect their commander. I imagine they'll just pay the 1 anyway. Yep, there they go. Oh, Lightning Greaves onto the Mana Dork. Okay. To be fair, that does make a little bit more sense. We have Nihilus Colossus coming down. Unfortunately, Redain says non-creature. So, I guess they didn't have to pay too much extra there. We do get a trigger, though, for the first time this game from Authority of the Consuls. We gain 1 life. Heliod the Sun Crowned coming down. This is going to end poorly for us if we don't get going here pretty quick. So, Minsc probably on the next turn. Get a Hamster down. Unfortunately, Boo will probably just chump block something, so that's a bit of a sad face. And I don't know after that. We'll probably have to just pump something up real big, get a Mage Slayer on it at some point, and start wailing on Sythis really hard. Speaking of, they're on the attack. It's actually off into the Animar player. That's fine with me. The Animar player is down to 35, up to 4 commander. Over to Depala. They crack Expedition map. Lots of ramping going on in this game, although ironically not for the Animar player. Feels kind of bad. Inventor's Fair into play, followed by Depala Pilot Exemplar. Over to Animar, we have Commander Sphere coming down. What, pray tell, is that? Okay. Sure. Is that like a secret lair or something? We did get to draw a card off of that. It's Steve. Some more land search. Animar is going ahead and enchanting Depala with Aqueous Form to make it unblockable. Okay. Looks like Animar's going to be playing some politics. Good way to keep yourself alive. We get a land. Hopefully this won't be the bane of our existence. Let's go Forest. Let's go Minsc. And into play. And then we get the Boo. There he is. Let's just get Steve down as an extra blocker. Probably pop him for a land in a bit here. Go to attacks. The hand is a problem. Let's go ahead and attack it. They take the damage down to 37. Let's pass it off and see what kind of nonsense happens now. We do have to worry about that Heliod, though. They could have the backup of Triskelion or the, what is it? Hangerback Walker, I think? I don't quite remember. Or Walking Bastila, that's the one. So we do have to look out for that combo. Enchantress itself is already strong on the draw power, so it's not like they need tutors. And I've been proven wrong. There's Idyllic Tutor. I imagine they'll just pay the 1. And they do so. They get Sphere of Safety. Yeah, we're going to need some enchantment removal. Do have it in the deck, we just gotta find it. And there's Sphere of Safety, they'll draw a card and gain a life. And Heliod Sun Crowned will trigger. She'll get larger. So eventually she could do that commander damage thing. I always like a commander that has commander damage potential. And I am very much for... Oh, Animar quit the game. That sucks. I hope they get a better game in next time. Yeah, it looks like they were getting stuck pretty badly. Unfortunately, that also means Depala is probably not going to help us because they're as behind as Animar was, a little less so. So it's going to be us and the Hand of the Harvest. I don't give us the best prospects, but if we can get enchantment removal on that Spirit of Safety and get the Mage Slayer down with some Minsc Glove, I think we can win this. That Swifty Boots into play. Let's see. Their commander? Probably? Maybe the Colossus. I don't think they care about the Arbor Elf anymore. Yep, on to the commander. Somebody's getting lifelink on to turn. Too bad we can't prevent that damage. Or can we? Attacking into us? Nope, it's into Depala. That's unfortunate. We could have sacked Steve in response. Damage is good. They're down to 3-5, up to 4 commander. Let's see what they do with the turn. War Room into play. Dwarven Blast Miner. Destroy target non-basic land. Just going to miss that forest. Too bad. Renegade Wheelsmith. I really hope if we go back to Kaladesh, they really flesh out that kind of vehicle and artificer thing. I really think the artificers need to be a tribe unto themselves as well. Toolcraft Exemplar also coming down. To our turn, we got Rose, God of Victory. Unfortunately, not too helpful. We need some card draw and some removal. So let's play a Plains. I guess we can start setting up for the Mage Slayer and try to draw out some removal from our opponents. Problem is, to attack the Harvest Hand, we have to pay like 9 mana or something. So that's a bit ridiculous. But let's do it anyway. Don't really want to do anything right now. We do have to pay 7, so that's fine. Might as well try to keep them at 40. 2 damage is good. They're back down to 40. Let's pass it off. They tap down the enchanted land for 3. Untap it. Tap it for some more. Defense of the Heart. Oh dear. We are desperately in need of that removal. Sythis sitting as an 8/10 with haste and hexproof and probable lifelink. Yep, there it is. They're on the attack. Still not into us. Sad face. Depala is probably going to get whacked. They take the damage down to 27, up to 12 commander, and the Harvest Hand player gains up to 49. Okay, well, over to Depala. Hopefully they get something to remove the Sphere of Safety. Otherwise, we need some more card draw. Unfortunately, one of our opponents can pay for it every time. Command Beacon into play for Depala. War Room is being activated by Depala. They will draw a card. Sword of the Am is coming down. Hopefully they don't pay the 1. They do not. It's a mountain, so at least we got that out of the way. We have a trigger from the Toolcraft Exemplar. Looks like it gets a little bit bigger, along with some other dwarves. No attacks out of them. End of turn, let's sacrifice Steve. Maybe just shuffle the deck up a little bit. What do we want to get out of here? Let's get a forest. To our turn, we get 3 visits. Not very helpful at all. Let's play mountain. And we'll play 3 visits. Nothing but regular forest left. Put it into play. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. This time we'll attack Boo into Depala and see if they want to do anything about that. Otherwise, let's attack Redane off into the hand player. We need 8 to declare the attack. Sure. Might as well get some damage in. It'll keep them closer to death. Our opponent declines to block the hamster. They'll be taking 1, which means the Defense of the Heart will get to trigger. Sad face. And there's the trigger. They get the Archangel Thune and the Archon of Sun's Grace for even more critters. Sad face. And they fly, which is also unfortunate. Now we can't attack them at all without losing our flyers. Alright, let's see where they get to attack this time. Probably off into Depala again. Although they could pay to attack us. Oh, no attacks. Okay. Over to Depala's turn, we have Mask of Memory coming down. Let's see if they pay the 1. Still want some extra card draw. Oh, they are paying the 1 this time. That's a sad face. They equip the Sword of the Amis to Depala. They also equip the Mask of Memory to their commander. Looks like they're going to be swinging. Depala is off into us. That's unfortunate. We have a couple of triggers. Looks like they might pay 1 for the X, who knows? But they will get a land out of their deck. And to be fair, they would have to pay like a bazillion mana to attack the other player, so I don't think it's anything personal or strategic as far as they just need some cards and lands. We will not block. We'll take the 4. We're down to 41, up to 4 commander. Mask of Memory will trigger for Depala. They discard Dwarven Mine. Yeah, it makes sense. To our turn, we get a Plains. Yeah, we don't need any more lands. Let's go ahead and play a Plains. I suppose at this point, let's play Iroas. Play the Evolution Charm. Let's get back a creature from our graveyard. It'll be Steve. And then we'll play the Steve. And I guess we'll just pass it there. We really just need removal for that 1 enchantment, and then we can wail on the hand. To the hand's turn, 4 cards in hand so far. Let's see how many they draw this turn, though. Destiny Spinner coming down for them. And we have some triggers. Archangel Thune triggers for the first time this game, making the creatures even larger. And we have a couple of Constellation triggers. Things are going to get out of hand real fast. Alright, let's see where things attack. Unfortunately for us, we are probably not long for the world. Oh, it's straight into Depala. Well, they'll have to block this time. Toolcraft Exemplar on the intercept. Okay, Depala saves themselves from pretty much death, basically. Prismatic Vista into play on Depala's turn, immediately cracked for a land. Depala with Heliod's Intervention, destroying our console, but destroying everything else we need destroyed. You are my new favorite friend. I thought about putting that in the deck. Apparently we do have the ramp for it, so I do recommend Blasphemous Act. Yes! Fantastic. That followed by Chroma's Will, turn the tide of everything. Depala, you and me, we're best friends, man. Best friends. Alright, let's get going. And we draw land. Fine. Don't care anymore. Let's go do the things. Blasphemous Act, respond with a Chroma's Will. We should be able to cast the both sides here. And our guys will survive. Let's just get Mage Slayer down for the next turn in case we gotta finish it up. And let's go to attacks. And let's take care of the enchantment player. There we go. And they go down to 12. Did not even kill them. Bit of a sad face there. Let's go ahead and sacrifice Steve and get a land. Over to the Harvest Hand's turn. Let's see if they can recover. I imagine they will. Enchantress is really good at doing that. But as long as they don't get flyers and don't gain any more life, I think we can get this game going. Ooh, the hand quits the game. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They probably could have still done something. But they were very thoroughly dismantled. To Depala's turn. Let's see what they're going to do with it. It's not Winds of Abandon. Is it Parhelion? It is the Parhelion 2. Nice. We get Mana Geyser. Oh, we get Mana Geyser. Okay, Ash Barrens. Let's play it. Let's go ahead and equip Mage Slayer to Iroas. And let's play Mana Geyser. Let's just go ahead and pump the crud out of Iroas here. And go to attack. Iroas should be enough to kill them off. But we're just going to go with the extras just in case something, randomly happens. And there it is. Good game to our opponents. I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Depala player because one, they stayed in the game, and two, frankly, I just like seeing some other commanders occasionally. A lot of times it's like the top 40 or 50 and you don't get to see anything, kind of, how would I say, different? So, I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, I just wanted to point out there's Generous Gift. We're still so far away from getting rid of that Spear of Safety. If it wasn't for Depala, I guess I'll give them the point there as well just to add that in. They saved us. They saved us and basically helped us get the victory, so that is awesome. Might have to add Heliod's Intervention to the deck. Didn't think we'd have enough mana. Alright, there it is. 2 to us, 3 to the Depala player. Nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck because it is completely different. More or less. Okay, here is the deck. This time I went around and tried to build it based on getting through maybe 1 or 2 very large creatures. So in that instance, we have both the getting the creature through and dealing extra damage or just pumping them up with Double Strike or something. In that vein, we have Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight. We also have Order and Chaos. The Chaos side makes it so nothing can block our stuff. Alpha Strike is always good. The other side is really inefficient removal if we really need it and it's really narrow, but it is there tacked on the card, so in case you actually need it, there it is. Armed and Dangerous, a lure effect giving something else Double Strike in 1/1. Usually we'll lure, I don't know, Steve, and then hit somebody with something else, thereby doing a shit ton of damage, or we can remove a lot of things off the field if we're lucky enough to get a good block in. Fiendish Duo, just doubles damage to an opponent. Malignus, I'm not sure I want to keep this in the deck design. It always comes down at like a 13-13 or something like that, and Mix doesn't really jive with it, which is where my problem is, but it can potentially do a lot of damage depending on who you're hitting. Still don't know that I like it in here though. Xanagos, the God of Revels, started out with this in the deck design, went to the Giants, came back to it. This deck just seems to work better, though it does seem to need some more card draw. Versatile Boorish Herder, Lifelink and Double Strike. Chroma's Will, we saw how that went. Very good card anyway. Neyith of the Dire Hunt, doubles something's power, which is exactly what we want, plus we get some card draw out of her. We also covered this on the channel. I'll put a link in the description below. And another thing kind of in that vein would be the Mage Slayer, where it deals damage and essentially does Double Strike, but it's when they attack and they don't have to hit the player per se. I like the little bit of reach that gives. And Rada Heart of Keld, sorry. this a very specific route, a Heart of Killed, where she can get +X/+X, where X is the number of lands we control. And as you saw, well, we get lands now. Speaking of lands, we only have 37 up there, so I guess we just kind of got flooded. And of course, Boros Charm for some good old-fashioned double striking action. MVP of the deck, of course, as per Sentinel. And I still feel like we need some more card draw, though. I did forego Sylvan Library just because it's a really expensive card. I do try to keep the expensive cards out of the deck in case you want. Check out that deck list in the description below. Alright, I think this is a definite improvement. I just want to mention Bane of Progress on the deck, which would have been fantastic. So we had ways to get rid of that enchantment, but thanks to Depala, we got rid of it. I'm just kind of upset we didn't get to do it ourselves, but it was a 1-2 punch to the Harvest hand, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. I think this deck works a lot better. I tried the Giant Tribal thing. I really wanted to do Giant Tribal, and there's not a lot of good Giants in, like, green especially. There's just not. And it just didn't work out, and you gotta know sometimes when you gotta walk away from a deck and try it again. In either case, if you saw any cards that you want for yourself in paper, sealed product, Innistrad coming out soon, so stoked for that sec. I saw a lot of the legends spoiled, but anyway, I digress. If you want sealed product or gaming accessories to protect all of that glory, future or past or present, please consider using the TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. It helps out the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra. Alright, I'm probably going to take a short hiatus. I'm working on some other side projects and going to combine them with here. I want to kind of do a more diverse conversation about Casual Commander as this goes along. Plus, I want to get those sweet Innistrad spoilers and get some cards. So the next commander we're going to cover will be from Innistrad, and it will be from the Midnight Hunt set. Until then, though, I appreciate you sticking around, and stay safe if you go out to play Magic or just do anything. See you for the next video.